Every year, our Diocesan Services Fund, or as we like to call it, the DSF, increases in its outreach, its scope, because you, the good people of the Archdiocese of Galveston, Houston, contribute so generously to the more than 60 programs that make up our DSF fund. The DSF program helps us to care for one another, and it does so in beautiful biblical terms. You will be enriched in every way for great generosity. 2 Corinthians chapter 9, verse 11. One of those being interviewed for this video is Father Clint Restler, who is a pastor in our diocese, and before that was director of the Office for Vocations.
In high school, I received a prayer card to pray for vocations. And early on when I was praying from that prayer, I don't think I realized I was probably praying for myself. But that was a gift from the vocation office, probably distributed, throughout the Archdiocese. And I had that card with me when I was in college for my freshman year and began to feel that kind of inner tug that God might be indeed calling me to say yes.
Just recently I was reading something that Pope Francis had written about his vision for the renewal of the priesthood, and he said that he wanted priests who weren't just stuck in the rectory, but who were really out in their parish, connected with the people in their parish. And I immediately thought of Father Clint. That is absolutely the kind of priest that Father Clint is.
We need shepherds for preaching, for sacraments, for guidance. You know that, and I know that. And that's why the DSF is so critical in helping to support this wonderful office for vocations to the priesthood.
The Office of Evangelization and Catechesis assists pastors and parishes of the Archdiocese in forming catechists and catechetical leaders in the Catholic faith, scripture, traditions, so that they can pass this knowledge on to the parishioners of all age groups.
One of the earliest experiences I ever had in my life as a minister of the gospel, if you will, was that I was asked when I was 15 years old to be a substitute catechist for a class. But it left an indelible impression upon me of the importance of teaching, communicating, echoing the faith. So I've always had love for catechists.
Your donations to DSF enable the OEC to be the focal point of Catholic education for you, your parish, and all parishes of the Archdiocese. Your support will ensure that we continue to build a strong faith community.
Our spiritual lives are centered on prayer and sacraments. They're centered on our care and concern for our families. They certainly are expanded for our care and concern for our parishes.
Catholic Charities is one agency with many programs serving the Archdiocese of Galveston, Houston. At Catholic Charities, we nurture and care for children. We strengthen families. We promote the independence and dignity of seniors and other people with special needs. At Catholic Charities, the services that nurture and care for children include adoption, foster care, shelter care for youth, and service projects for youth in our parishes.
Catholic Charities introduced us to the adoption process through a short introductory meeting.
Our Catholic Charities caseworker was in frequent contact with us. We spoke on the phone, we visited in person, and she also accompanied us to an adoption fair where children who are seeking permanent placement were having a back-to-school event. And that is where we met Sebastian. So that evening when we left, my husband and I came to a quick conclusion that we were certainly interested in finding out if Sebastian really would like to be a part of our family, and that's where it all started. Sebastian attended St. Pius X High School here in Houston, Texas, where he participated in football, track, and rugby. He graduated in May and was offered a rugby scholarship to attend Wheeling Jesuit University in Wheeling, West Virginia.
I'd also like to say thank you. It is completely worth it.
Catholic Charities was there for me in a time where I was confused and I felt lost and I didn't know exactly what to do. I know what I wanted to do, but I didn't know how to go about it, and Catholic Charities was there to help me find the right path.
Then Catholic Charities gave our profile book to the birth mom. She picked us right away.
I knew that Art and Risa were the right couple for Marcus because when I was looking through their book, I felt a connection with them.
And so we were called that next day and told that we were selected. And so that evening we called all of our immediate family members and told everybody. And the next day, Catholic Charities sent us photos of him because he was just born. I was sending pictures on my break.
Yeah, the pain of us not being able to have our, biological child was swept away immediately when we got Marcus. It was amazing. It was Thanksgiving, so that was just the icing on the cake. It's Thanksgiving, and he was born November 23rd, so he was our Thanksgiving baby.
Without Catholic Charities, I don't know where Marcus would have ended up, what type of family he would have been raised with. But because of them, he's being raised by an amazing couple. So thank you to all of the donors of DSF to make this possible.
We'd like to say thank you to the contributions from DSF for helping Catholic Charities. It has truly made our family complete.
As always, thank you for your kind, generous, and continual support of the DSF of the Archdiocese of Galveston, Houston.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.